Let's talk about electromagnetic fields for a minute. Electromagnetic fields are made up of electric and magnetic fields. Magnetic fields tend to penetrate through solid objects more so than electric fields, and electric fields are more easily absorbed. I have a meter that measures these things. It's called a trifield meter, and it has two scales on it, a more sensitive and less sensitive scale for magnetic fields, has electric, and also has for radio and microwaves. So, for example, if you're coming up to a meter box or a source of strong fields, some machinery would have stronger magnetic fields, for example. A computer may not be, it might have other frequencies in the radio frequency range and electric fields. The meter would come up towards these little red marks. If it comes up into the red, it says by international standards, if you're exposed to that for a period of time, it's not considered safe. Now, you have to be fairly close to these sources for the meter to pick it up. But there's another thing with this altogether, is that we've demonstrated over the years since the 1990s with Life Information System 10 biofeedback computers, the LISTEN computers, and sensitive acupuncture probe computers that measure the ting points on the end of the fingers and these acupuncture points on the end of the feet, and registered the bioenergy in the body. In the clear, and then holding a mobile phone or looking at a telecommunications tower or even looking at a transformer on a pole will show a stress response or reduce the biofield energy. So there's two things involved here. One is the strength of the fields by international standards, and you don't have to be very far away to get out of those unless you're living very close to high tension power lines or transformers or heavy machinery or near airports which have lots of electromagnetic fields. But what we can demonstrate, and we've demonstrated with the Life Information System 10, the LISTEN computer and biofeedback tools like that, and tools like kinesiology and dowsing, and more sophisticated tools like the Lecker antenna, which has a graduated scale on it for determining different frequencies. So it's an interaction between your field and these other fields on this gradient scale. So it's a sophisticated dowsing tool in a way. Is that anytime we're exposed to man-made electromagnetic fields through a mobile phone or a computer, putting a hand on a PowerPoint, for example, or a light switch, is that the energy lines in the body, which the Indians measured years ago, and researchers in France and Germany, etc., have measured these things as well. These energy lines, when they're in harmony, are in the center of the body. And when they're not in harmony, they skew either side. So anytime we're exposed to electromagnetic stress, these lines skew and can be measured immediately. Now, we can correct that with the Zenki Energy products just by putting a ring on or a bangle or a pendant or having the home calm device on the meter box, for example. Now, these devices don't reduce the physical field at all. They have no interaction with the physical field. The physical field measurement's exactly the same. And yet something in the way that these are tuned affects the energy signature, if you like, the subatomic information, the information contained within these electromagnetic fields. Now, it's interesting. I was in Tasmania years ago, and we're on the west coast near the hydroelectric scheme. And I noticed that the energy coming out of the power lines wasn't life negative. It probably would not have affected the biofield of the body. It's just water turning turbines producing electricity. And yet coal-fired power stations, which are simply coal burning to produce steam to turn turbines, for whatever reason the information in those energy lines and those power lines that come out actually register as negative. So it's not about the field itself, because something like a Zenki Energy ring or other products that claim to reduce or nullify or harmonize, it's not about stopping the fields. If you stop the fields, then your devices don't work. You know, if you shield your mobile phone against all of the radiation, then your mobile phone's not a mobile phone, it's just a bit of tech that doesn't work. So there's something in the information of these fields that needs to be harmonized and can be harmonized easily. For example, we've done experiments, and I will demonstrate this on video again, where, for example, if we have one of our team with a laptop open and they place their hand on the laptop, their energy lines immediately become off. We put a Zenki Energy ring on the laptop or on their finger or in their pocket, the lines come back into being in harmony. Now, what we don't understand, and we can have theories about, and I have theories about, is what is the difference between water turning a turbine in hydro, the fields aren't negative to the system, and coal that's burning to form steam to turn turbines is negative to the system. Could it be the degradation of the earth? Is it as subtle as that, as the ancients would probably say? The jury's out, but my theory tends to go towards that. There's no other reason for it. We'll continue this discussion another time. We'll continue this conversation further. Bye for now.